I remember thinking the cold would be a relief. The morning had been arranged too carefully, flowers placed where they were told, chairs aligned, smiles rehearsed. Everyone knew where to stand. Everyone knew what to say. I had practiced my own role so well that I almost believed it grateful daughter, compliant bride, proof that everything had turned out fine. My mother found me just before the ceremony, hovering at the edge of the room like she wasn't sure she was allowed to enter. She pressed a small blue booklet into my hands. The cover was worn soft, corners rounded by time. "I kept it," she said. "I thought today." She didn't explain. She didn't need to. I knew that book. I had seen it once as a child, then never again. It was supposed to be nothing. A failed attempt. A misunderstanding. My father noticed before I could put it away. "What's that?" he asked, already narrowing his eyes. My mother didn't answer. She never did when his voice took that shape. He took the booklet from my hands and looked at it as if it might stain him. Then he laughed, short, sharp, meant for an audience. "This?" he said. "This garbage." Before anyone could stop him, he threw it onto the icy ground outside the door. It slid, skidding to a stop near the steps. "Garbage belongs with garbage!" The word echoed longer than it should have. No one moved, not my relatives. Not the people who had watched me grow up proving myself in small, quiet ways. Not the ones who would later say they hadn't known what to do. I didn't say anything either. I walked past him, past the doorway, past the cold air biting through the thin fabric of my dress. I picked up the booklet, brushed off the ice, and held it close to my chest like something fragile, even though it wasn't. Then I kept walking. The ceremony happened without me for several minutes. I know because later someone told me they delayed it, whispering excuses, adjusting schedules. I don't remember returning. I remember standing outside until my hands stopped shaking. That night, after the congratulations and the careful avoidance of what had happened, I packed the booklet into my bag. I didn't open it. I didn't want to know yet whether it was worthless or worse. Another reminder of something I was never supposed to have. The bank was quiet the next morning. Fluorescent lights. Neutral colors. A place where stories were numbers and paper. I took a ticket and waited. When it was my turn, I slid the booklet across the counter. The teller was young, polite in the practiced way. She opened it, flipped a page, then another. She stopped. Her posture changed first. Straightened. Then her face drained of color. She looked up at me, then back down at the book, as if checking that it was real. "Mom," she said softly. "Please don't leave." I hadn't moved. She pressed a button under the counter. Another employee appeared, older, more careful. They spoke in low voices, words I couldn't catch. The older woman took the booklet and nodded once. "We'll need to take you to a private office," she said. "Just for your comfort." The door closed behind us. The room was small, unadorned. The kind of space meant for serious conversations that weren't emotional, only important. "This account," she said, opening the book fully now, "was established many years ago. It's been accruing interest continuously." She paused, then looked at me directly. Did you know the funds were restructured under a custodial trust?" I shook my head. She turned the screen toward me. Numbers filled it. More than I expected. Enough to explain certain decisions my parents had made that never quite made sense. Enough to reframe years of being told there was nothing for me. "This account was protected," she said. "It couldn't be accessed without specific authorization. Attempts were made." She didn't elaborate. She didn't have to. I thought of my father's certainty. The way he'd thrown it away like something proven useless. The confidence of someone who believed the past was settled. "What happens now?" I asked. "It's yours," she said. It always was. There was no triumph in the moment, no swelling music. Just a quiet recalibration inside my chest, like something clicking back into alignment. I signed forms. I listened. I nodded. Professional, calm, efficient. The authority in the room wasn't dramatic. It was procedural, unmistakable. When I left the bank, nothing around me had changed. Cars passed. People hurried. Life continued without acknowledging the shift that had just occurred. I didn't go back to my parents' house. I didn't call my father. At the reception later that evening, he avoided my eyes. My mother looked relieved and ashamed in equal measure. No one mentioned the booklet. I understood then that the power hadn't reversed in a way anyone else could see. There would be no apology, no admission, no public correction. But something had moved. For the first time, what I had been given wasn't conditional on obedience or silence. It didn't require permission. It didn't ask me to be smaller. Inherited shame had been handed to me for years, heavy and familiar. But dignity, I learned, could be claimed quietly, and once claimed, it didn't need defending. I danced. I smiled. I left early. And when I thought of that old blue book later, I no longer saw garbage. I saw proof that not everything they dismissed was ever truly theirs to define.